And welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors channel. My name is Chris, bringing it to you bright and early from Westlake Village, California. Another dark morning. The title of this video is going to be the bullish Hopium news versus the bearish technicals. Who's going to win? And I would say it's all in the hands of the economic data, which is about to come in about 1 minute. So we'll be able to watch that. We'll talk about the underlying market dynamics behind that. And starting off with the bullish Hopium news, I guess I'll give you the biggest one here. Hong Kong court rules cryptocurrencies as property. The decision aligns with Hong Kong and other jurisdictions that recognize cryptocurrency as digital properties. So, bit of a massive stroke in the right direction for China. They ban it one day, they make it property another. Who knows if that's going to hold up here, but I do know this: mainland China is hosting a big Web3 like crypto digital currency summit. I believe this month. And by the way, happy 420. No, don't smoke pot, guys. It's bad for you. On the other side of the fence, what else do we have on the board here? Dogecoin surges 5.8% as traders anticipate Elon Musk's next move. So Dogecoin or Dogecoin or whatever you want to call it is beginning to retrace last week's slump after the hype following Twitter's logo change. Yep, he changed the logo to a Shiba Inu. So Doggy rose from the low of 8 cents, sitting at about 9 cents. And here's the main spiel right now. Elon will integrate eToro trading on Twitter. So the market is looking healthy. 420 is coming, and the market showed how low it was willing to go during the peak of its bear 6 cents. So tweet from Tree Alpha, something like that. Bottom line is, we're going to check in on Doggy, and the Hopium news right now actually should be coming out right now. Was this? We said today was the big high impact economic data, which is coming out right now. Housing starts and jobless claims. Sorry, existing home sales and jobless claims. It was building permits, I think, yesterday. Anyways, housing. So home sales doesn't come out for another hour and 30 minutes, but jobless claims should be coming out right now. I'm going to refresh the screen here. And came out bearish for the dollar. And that was my last point here, and that is good. So what do I mean by bearish for the dollar? Well, if jobless claims should have gone up according to Jerome Powell's plan, right? So he wants unemployment to go up. That way people spend less money and inflation comes down. And it went up. So it came out slightly higher than expected, but came out lower than the previous month there. Okay. Continuing jobless claims for April, 1804, and came out higher than expected. I don't know why that's bearish. Continuing jobless claims and initial jobless claims still slightly up, but it says bearish for the dollar. Bearish for the dollar. It's flashing red here. Let's read about that really quick here. The only one that seems to be a positive print is jobless claims 4-week average went slightly lower than the previous month. So a bit of conflicting data right there, if you ask me, but I want to see why. If initial jobless claims went up higher than the consensus or the expectation, 240K at 245. So a higher than expected figure should be seen as negative or bearish for the dollar, while a lower than expected figure, so it is correct, should be seen positive. Yeah. Oh yeah. So jobless claims, you know what? I'm going to read it one more time. A higher than expected figure should be seen as negative or bearish for the US dollar. So that's what we got. while a lower than expected figure should be seen as positive or bullish for the US dollar. So first-time jobless claims have a significant impact on financial markets since, in contrast to continuous claims data, which monitors the number of people receiving unemployment benefits, first-time jobless claims measure fresh and developing unemployment. So if jobless claims went up, as far as I'm concerned, that should have been bullish for the dollar. So, but as you can see, the dollar is getting pushed back on the 4-hour and the hourly. And this is our Hopium dollar chart, right? What we were saying is for the dollar to get a nice bounce on the daily time frame, we wanted to see 3 drives of hidden bullish divergence. So what would that look like? We need 2 more lower lows. We got the first lower low on the dollar, but a higher low in RSI. So lower low, lower low, and lower low. And if the dollar goes down, risk assets have been playing to the upside, which has been kind of the pattern. And that was our last Hopium news, is that jobless claims, well, the housing's coming out in another hour and a half. So maybe I'll do a little live stream a little bit later today. But I wanted to get in the charts here early this morning to see what was going to happen with that read. So far, NASDAQ looking a bit bearish here. Alongside Bitcoin. Technicals looking more and more bearish by the day. And why is it looking bearish? Well, coming back from this pivot, actually, a little more Hopium here. I don't see any divergences except for this one that played out already. And technically, no, that is bearish. Okay, so price is making higher highs, 2 higher highs. If we do confirm here, anywhere here or lower today, NASDAQ target, probably going to come down to the green 55. Why is that? Well, you've got 1, 2 higher highs. And, some could say that this is actually 2 drives to the 21. That's your first target. So a bit of a middle of the road read there. What about the Dow? And again, when stocks go up, typically you're going to see, Bitcoin go up. When stocks go down, typically Bitcoin goes down. So more of the underlying market dynamic play there. And you do have significant bearish divergence coming back from this pivot right here. If we do confirm anywhere here or lower. So maybe this rally is it looks like Dogecoin's getting picked up here. Dogecoin getting picked up. And I was hypothesizing this right now this morning. So before I get into that, the last Hopium news here, Gary Gensler, you got to play this clip here really quick. This guy got smacked by Congress. Here we go.
Biggest crypto failure in history is probably FTX at $9 billion. Were you the chairman of the SEC when FTX collapsed?
Yes.
And how many times did you meet with FTX prior to their collapse?
I think my public record shows 2.
You met it with FTX at least twice. And arguably, the second biggest crypto failure in history was Terra Luna. Who was the chairman of the SEC when Terra Luna collapsed, sir?
We had brought...
You were, sir, reclaiming my time. You were. Does it concern you that your approach to the digital asset industry is actually driving this industry out of the United States?
Trying to drive it to compliance, and if they're not complying with the laws...
You say the crypto market is rife with non-compliance. However, existing SEC rules make no sense for blockchain-based companies, and following them would actually kill these businesses. Your regulatory style lacks flexibility and nuance, and as a result, you've been an incompetent cop on the beat, doing nothing to protect everyday Americans.
Very, very nice. Very, very nice Altcoin Daily. Shout out to them on YouTube. Now, to be fair, stocks look like they're pulling back at the moment, but with the dollars starting to come down, that will bode well for our risk assets, and stock market can recover quickly. It is 5:30 this morning Pacific time, so stock market is about to open, I believe. I'm looking at the futures, which are always open pretty much during the week. So potential for the dollar to get rejected here and come back down. If we start to see an hourly below 101.52, that'll look good for some continuation to the downside. Nothing really confirmed yet, but this would be our Hopian hope, is that this 4-hour trend line to the downside does hold. Bearish divergence confirmed, hidden bearish divergence actually. You could say we would have had the multiple drives coming back from this pivot right here, and those have pretty much already played out. So, really close to call, and that's why that economic data is so important, coming out in an hour and a half. If it comes out bearish for the dollar, it does give the bulls the hope of a bounce here today. But other than that, the technicals do look pretty bearish. I'm going to jump into that in a bit. So we covered Dogecoin. We covered SEC Gary Gensler. Some congressman is introducing a bill to say that the SEC is literally failed. Gary needs to be fired, and they need to put a new SEC in place that reports directly to Congress before making decisions. That seems like the most logical idea. I mean, as much as I trust Congress, I don't know about that. But as far as Gary Gensler, the crook, who, basically, wanted to sue Kim Kardashian for some meme coin for $1 million, but has not, thrown the book at FTX. It's just totally contradictory. And so again, Hopium for the bulls. If we are going to see a rally, we did say today's the day. Bitcoin needs to pick itself up by its bootstraps and get moving to the upside. And where is the Hopium? Starting it out on the 4-hour time frame. Actually, I think it's more seen more clearly on the hourly time frame, as this is our first pass pretty much at the purple 200. And we are going to see several drives of hidden bullish divergence coming back from this pivot right there. And how do we confirm this on the 4-hour time frame? So that would give us, pretty much 2 drives, which is actually only a shot up to the 21. And yeah, for any kind of a rally to get started today, I would say Bitcoin needs to reclaim 29,679. Otherwise, it's just going to be another lower high and continuation of the downside, as it looks to me at the moment. Yep, let's see if there's anything on the 2-hour here. So what we're looking for here with hidden bullish divergence is 3 drive variety. 3 drives gives you a shot to the top side of the range, which, to be fair, right now, top side of this range is coming in right here at 29.4. And, there are not many clear stop and reverse points. Actually, if we're coming back from this pivot right here, you would have a few. And what am I talking about? Again, price making. Let's see if we can take some of this off here. Price making higher lows. So coming back from this pivot right here, we've got how many clear higher lows in price? So I see one here, but that is not, it is a lower low. It is a lower low. So you can see RSI lower low, lower low. So 1, 2, 3, and you could almost call this a 3 drive variety right here, hidden or regular bullish divergence. Is that regular? That would be, regular bullish divergence. So price is making lower lows. RSI is got 1, 2, 3, and should give us a drive up to that 29,574. That would be the bounce target, provided that, possibility for more. Possibility for more. Just need to see, like I said, a 4-hour really closure back above that. For this rally to keep going, it's got to come all the way up here, guys. Just a tick above 30,600. Very likely we can reclaim some of this nonsense, this bearish, liquidity grab. That's what it is. We talked about it on the daily time frame, and we clearly said, hey, look, guys, as long as 28.8 will hold, 28.8 has held so far on the daily. But I do want to make us very, very aware of a few bearish signals that are firing off. So this bounce could get faded pretty easily, and Dogecoin, we'll get into his chart in a minute. But we talked about the bearish divergence on the daily time frame. Not only is it on the daily, but also on the 2-day, a very powerful time frame. So I'm going to delete some of my magic lines here, my magic lines, my support and resistance lines, and just try and really, because the power of bearish divergence, the power is very, very powerful. And what am I talking about? Especially on the 2-day, which will close today. Important closure today, guys. And the 3-day closes, and that's another very powerful one, but 2-day is very, very powerful as well. And essentially what we're looking for, and if you want to go to our resource center on bitcoinadvisors.com, we have a bullish and bearish divergence cheat sheet right here, and you can kind of check this out, kind of learn a bit about what this means. So we're looking for hidden divergence in the context of an uptrend. Price is making we're looking for hidden bearish divergence, excuse me. In a downtrend, price is making a lower highs, but the RSI is making higher highs. So what am I talking about right here? So did we ever make a higher high on the 2-day time frame? No, we did not. Coming all the way back from this pivot right here, and this thing has pretty much knocked out Bitcoin for some time. Every time we've had, bearish divergence print, literally we've seen a pretty significant drawdown. So I'm just going to mark it off right here. So you can clearly see where these lower highs are coming in and how many drives we have. And the more drives you have, typically the stronger the move will get. And here's what I'm talking about. So you got lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So how many drives is that? How many drives is that? We've got 1 here, 2, 3. Technically speaking, I mean, it's kind of too far back to read, and a bit of a nuance. I'm just kind of running with what I'm looking at here, guys. Again, it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. But not only that, you have us losing the PMARP moving average right here. And volatility did begin to expand as momentum was crossed to the downside. And let's see if the daily is, daily's out of the critical zone. We said that was not looking good for, to be fair, it could pick itself up, could cross back up here. But what am I talking about on the 2-day time? Let's see if it's more apparent on the 3-day time frame. Yeah, it's all over the place. 3-day hasn't closed yet. 2-day will close today, and will confirm this bearish divergence by pretty much closing anywhere here or lower. So below this wick, to me, it's going to be confirmed. More conservative traders will wait for this guy right here. And basically, we're looking for a drive down into this box of peace and prosperity or death and despair. And that is going to be the 0.5 and the 618 on a bearish retracement. Or is it a bullish retracement? Let's see. Nope, I took the retracement back from this one right here. And now that I'm re-looking at this, guys, I may want to redraw this out here. If the move really starts to get going, we can come all the way down to 22,000 as long as we don't lose that region. I'm going to remain bullish with an upside bias here going, just for general market trend over the next 6 months. Okay, so, but we are, essentially going to confirm some bearish divergence. How does this signal get averted? Well, really, we need to close. Let's see what would be our first warning signal. And we did say, hey, 28.8, if it does hold, then we've been talking about this all week long, this Gaussian channel, right? And really, the weekly time frame giving us that bias that, hey, we're going to get to the top side of the channel. Have we gotten there? Is close enough? Close enough? Well, it looks pretty darn close, guys. It looks pretty darn close. Ethereum, not as close. And we were suspecting a move a bit higher up to that $2,400 level. A lot's going to be in the hands of the dollar today. I would say the dollar and the stock market needs to pick itself back up today if we're going to see that continuation push. Other than that, where does this thing start to get messy and confirm the bearish divergence, or hidden bearish divergence on the daily time frame? I'm going to try and shorten up this video because I'm getting a bit long here. Long-winded early in the morning as the brain is just waking up, settling out. And again, we were looking for off of this closure right here. We said very likely that does target a move down to the green 55. And even if we do get a rally higher, where could the potential? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Thoughts are coming back. If we get a bounce, I could see the bounce coming up to $30,000. If we, what else do we need? We need the stochastic to cross back up, and that's 30,500. So slowly that stochastic is moving down, and you can see volatility is coming down here now as well. So mean reversion bounce, we got that as volatility expanded, price went to the upside. And how many waves have we had essentially? Remember, price moves in waves of 3. So since this rally, expansion to the upside, expansion to the upside, expansion to the upside, 3 waves up. Well, maybe we're ready for the 3 waves down. This expansion did take us up as well. So getting a 4th wave there. And so again, line in the sand, first warning sign, 4 hour above 30,000. Okay, bulls, you might be gaining some steam, but really I'd want to see a daily closure back above 30, call it 29,990, and that would do the job. Now, we also talked about this on one of our live streams here this week. Yes, indeed. So notice this gap. I'm going to take off these EMAs here. CMEs, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, the futures market for the professional traders. Gaps have a 90% chance, 93% chance of getting filled. This gap got filled. And obviously a major source of contention there. We broke through it. Now we're testing it as support. And that's what we want to see, is we don't want to see a break back down below the gap. Now, also what you'll notice on the daily time frame, on the 4-hour time frame, let's see, it's present on the daily. Not very present on the daily, but more on the 4-hour. You can see this gap is coming in right here. So we don't want to see that gap broken. We don't want to see this area on CMEs get violated or closed below. Again, a warning sign that more downside displeasures, down to that $27,000 level. I would say, that would be another warning sign to the downside. Apparently right now we are playing out a bit of a bounce. And where does that bounce take us from the high to the low? Typically after an impulse move down, which, what do you know, from the high to the low using the wicks, we did tag that 1618. Probably had some nice bearish divergence forming off of these highs right here. Now what's on the other side? Bullish divergence. And again, it would be confirmed on the 4-hour by just closing, you know, back above 29,000 should give us a shot to the top side of the range, which is this guy right here. Where do we start to say, yeah, this level, 30,000 bucks, that is, okay. Where else can we get a level? Yeah, back above the 382 at 20. So first warning sign here for that the bullish reversal is coming to town would be back above 29,662. If the rally fails anywhere in this area, anywhere in that area. So I'm going to put a green box in for myself. Peace and prosperity, death and despair. Below the box, bad. Above the box, good. Okay, first warning sign there. And a full reversal is pretty much the same level on the daily. If we can get above there on the daily, if you're a little more conservative, well, you're going to go wick to wick and say, okay, daily back above 30,000 bucks. That would do it for me. Okay, so I think I've laid out the levels for Bitcoin. Went deep enough in the dive here. We grabbed the last little bit of liquidity. We hit the support at 28.8. The level has held on a candle closing basis. Today's a very important day. If we get an indecision candle there, well, warning signs flashed. We talked about it earlier this week. I'm going to put those moving average back on. And we said a tick below here, very likely coming down. We also said on the 5-day, a tick below here, very likely coming down to the 9 exponential. The 5-day is going to close today as well. Oh, important closure. And momentum will cross to the downside below 30,136. So today, that is the area to, if you are a bull, you need to see Bitcoin back above 3146 on the 5-day time frame, crosses momentum back to the upside. And that would be our Hopium. But as far as it looks today, and you know, on the higher term time frames, that'll confirm some more bearish divergence on a major time frame. The 5-day coming back from this pivot right here. How many drives would you have? Well, 1, 2, 3, and technically, where does it get confirmed? You know, below this wick at 26.6 on a 5-day will look nasty. So what we want to see in this downside move, if we want to see general continuation to the upside and not like a slow, dramatic, you know, boring summer, is we want to see just a wick down into this box and then party back to the upside. Otherwise, we could be looking at that sell in May, go away type mentality. And yeah, I guess I'm going to leave you with that for Bitcoin, and we will follow up on today's closure tomorrow. We'll have some more clarity on the situation. What a tough market to trade right now, guys. Very, very tough market. So let's take a look at Ethereum, which does look more bullish, as we did take out the, on the 5-day time frame, we took out those highs, and again, we were saying on the head and shoulders formation, we just didn't want to see this shoulder get taken out. So a lot more risk on the board there, but this is the area. We did say we want to see this trend line hold on the 4-hour time frame. We wanted to see that hold as well. And you do not, yeah, you do technically have, let's see, how many drives of the hidden bullish divergence. So let's see if I make it a little easier to see there. So coming back from this pivot, you just have a ton of hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour time frame. Confirm local low, 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be 5. How would we confirm this? You know, technically closure here or higher on the 4-hour time frame should do it for me. But if you're more conservative, above 2,000. If we can get a 4-hour closure back above 2,000, that's going to look good for continuation. You know, I would say almost to the top side of the range and a bit of a bear trap. But let's do the same thing we did for Bitcoin. And assuming this isn't a complete trend reversal, we got one complex high here and another higher low. you know, on the 4-hour. Let's see if the 12-hour is giving us anything. You know, technically, I mean, it looks like a lower low. So anything below here is just a lower high. And let's look at the 618 fib. So where's the line in the sand for Mr. Ethereum? It's this guy right here. So let's just make it real apparent and clear. Anything below this guy is just going to be another lower high. And that is where the 618 is. So lower high, $20,059. That's the area to defeat on the 4-hour and the 12-hour. And that's it for Mr. Ethereum. If you want to get bullish again, look for that 4-hour closure back above there. And for Bitcoin, and did we line out some areas here? Bit more of an apparent downtrend on the 4-hour for Bitcoin. You know, first warning sign back above 29.7. So I'm going to leave that line in the sand there for Mr. Bitcoin. And remember, Bitcoin rules the market. Whatever Bitcoin does, mostly the altcoins are going to do. And now let's check in on Dogecoin, which I've been saying it all week. If you wanted to take a risk on play, buy the rumor, sell the news, buy the rumor, sell the news. Is Elon Musk going to do something for Dogecoin today? I haven't heard any news yet other than that. Let's see. Dogecoin news. Anything popping up? CNBC, explore Shiba Inu, potential to surpass Dogecoin. No. So this was the interesting thing on Elon Musk, which, you know, I have a lower Tesla stock. Tesla stock's been going down a bit. But this is one of those days where, you know, buy the rumor, sell the news. Well, was there any news today? And why is my internet going so dang slow right now? Come on. I must be connected to Portugal or something like that. Nope, I'm not connected. Dang, internet's going slow today. What's going on? Yeah, Elon Musk discloses X takeover to Twitter partners, implications for Dogecoin and X Corp. Apparently, it's going to be this new app where you can do everything. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You know, it's all tied in one. Payments, Ubers, you know, it's probably going to wash your car at the end of the day. Anyways, implication for Dogecoin in the short term, the implications are likely to be minor. The Dogecoin price. So no particular doggy news that I've heard so far today. This is our, you know, again, the bullish hopium is dollar down, which is starting the down. Dollar down and economic data bearish for the dollar. And the fact that in order for us to get a major bounce on the dollar, we want to see 3 drives of hidden bullish divergence on the daily time frame. What is hidden bullish divergence? Price is making lower lows. RSI is making higher lows. So as for now, we've got the 1 drive. 1 drive shot to the 9. That's the typical target. 2 drives shot to the 21. 3 drives shot to the green 55, which could be in this area at some point. All hinging on the next economic data print. Today is Thursday. So what's coming up next week? If there's any major economic impacts for next week, let's check that out really quick because Friday will be upon us before you wake up tomorrow. Just kidding. So new home sales next week. New home sales. We've got durable goods. We've got jobless claims next week as well. GDP growth rate Q1. That'll be a big one. So the 27th, April 27th. Wow, April's already over, guys. The first quarter of the year is past already. And then May 3rd coming up next week. So PCE, price index, personal spending, all this stuff. Core PCE again, month over month again. I don't know how they put out this stuff every month. And then we talked about this, the 28th, the Michigan Consumer Sentiment. So big plays there as the official report will come out. If inflation expectations had the biggest jump, I think since, last year or a year ago, that is bad for the Fed and increasing the odds that the Fed is going to hike another 25 basis points. But don't worry. Remember, Warren Buffett says more banks will fail and the depositors won't get hurt. Doesn't make a lot of sense at all. I saw a nice pitch from Robert Kennedy Jr. this morning, the new presidential candidate, talking about the fact that we are spending all this money on the war in Ukraine, up to $1 trillion now, something like that. Yet they just slashed welfare by 90%, and they can't fund the SEC, or they can't do, so many things. The government is so ace backwards that they have no business telling us anything. Frankly, the whole thing's a dang sham, and that's the reason you should own Bitcoin. Signing out. Have a blessed and highly favored day. Do me a favor, guys, in the comments, post a comment, post a question, ask something about what I just talked about today. Tell me more of what you want to hear about tomorrow. I am all about bringing you the best news, the best crypto TA out there, and wishing you the best. Take care.